got Mustangs on my load. I gotta pull up here a little bit, get straightened out a little bit so I can make this. Hey, I said switching to forward. Just need to get it straightened up a little bit so I can shoot it straight back. So I can get out the front door. Yeah, I think that's about it. Just need to get that trailer around. Let's look out the front. Maybe just a little more so we can make that cut. But that's a narrow entrance, as you can see. You know, our navigator says we're going out front. So let's whip her around. See if our front end's gonna make it. I don't think it is, so we'll just go back a little more. Just enough to get out. Means we're going left anyway. So I'm gonna go up there and barely miss that gate. Make sure our trailer misses the other way. Keep an eye on our mirrors. Alright, let's start our cut. Yeah, good job. I think we can safely get off the big navigator. Takes up too much of the screen. We got one right on our dash. You can see we're going up here and getting on the interstate. So let's just do that. Get our old signal because we obey the traffic laws. Tap our brakes a little, take a look. Make sure we're gonna. There we go. So, I have to get on here to relax after watching Sean Hannity and Lou Dobbs and Chris Tucker, Alex Jones, and some of the real good news outlets, alternate news and mainstream news. I have to get on here and relax. Because, you know, what you learn after watching them is government, the liars and cheaters in government are way too big to fail. See, I remember this Uranium One deal. I remember it coming up during the debates long before President Trump got elected. And nobody thought it was a big deal because the media covered it up. But since then, the alternate media, the mainstream or the people's media, civilian media, has forced a lot of these things into the mainstream media. They've gotten so powerful that what the mainstream media tries to ignore, the alternate media, the right media, the conservative media forces them by covering it so elaborately and so extensively and getting so many views on social media that finally they have to actually cover it or mention it. And of course they just try to discredit it, but they finally have to act like they know what's, you know, yeah, we knew this was going on, but it's a big farce. It's a load of baloney. It's all been debunked. That's their standard answer to everything conservative. No matter how much proof, how much evidence you have, it's always debunked. Oh, that's old hat. Let's get on that. Like Hillary said, at this point, what difference does it make? So the guys that at Benghazi, I made sure they got murdered. So what? It was a Muslim video that started it all, not my insidious greed and hubris toward human life when somebody crosses me like Ambassador Stevens. It's maddening. And even now, when I see they're gonna, I remember waiting for the real 9/11 investigation, because by then we'd more or less proven that it was a fraud. What happened? We all wait with bated breath. We're finally gonna know what happened. We get pages that are completely blacked out. I'm gonna say, why didn't you just release that 10 years ago and black it out, then release it? Now the JFK papers, which everybody knows the government had him killed, probably LBJ had him killed because he hated his guts, sold the military. And people don't think that those are going to come out just completely blacked out. You really think that the intelligence agencies are going to show you evidence that they're frauds and crooks? You really think that? You really think the government would allow that stuff to come out? Because that would show that they're collusion with their intelligence agencies. And that they're big crooks and liars. Do you see how God has this set up? He's ending the world, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. You can expose all the evil you want. Nothing's going to happen because God's ending the world with evil, not good people. Donald Trump's a good distraction, but he is not going to stop the end of the world. He's not going to alter God's plan one iota. He's just staving off the inevitable. I read the Bible and eschatology, watched thousands and thousands of hours of documentaries. No man in the Bible ever stopped God's agenda. All he ever did was God used people to slow it down a little. Just slow it down. I'm not ready for that to happen yet. You can see what I wrote. Everything's going to happen the way I wrote it, or it's not going to happen. That's where the aggravation goes. And I've studied eschatology and theology enough to know that nobody on this earth has free will. Everything. God declared the end from the beginning and from ancient times of things not yet done. So no matter what you think your free will is making you do, God already set the plan in motion. He shot the movie, put it in the can, and we're living it right up to the end. You can't change the movie, can't change the ending, you can't alter any of the facts along the way. And I get on YouTube because I can rant and rave while I'm doing something that I enjoy, and hopefully it piques somebody's interest who likes games and stuff like that. Not a lot of murdering in it, but I can bash a few cars if you want me to. I get on here to rant and rave because I know it potentially has a chance to reach lots of people. See, I know that this YouTube can go all over the world. I know it can reach, maybe I don't have it in where you can translate it into other languages, but there's enough English speaking languages around the world that this message can get out. I, as a little peon, retired ex-trucker, ex-musician, ex-thinker, ex-theologist, ex-eschatologist, Bible scholars, voice and opinion might be heard and might be agreed with as a common sense, logical answer to what's going on in the world. It's just Hillary Clinton, just looking at her face, I can't turn on one of her videos now. I can't stand to hear her voice. I can't even stand to see her face Fact is, I was gonna see these billboards up here. You see, I get a lot of ideas, and I can do video editing and photo editing. I can combine the two. I can find a big billboard or a big sign like this up here, and I can put Pelosi's face, Hillary's, Frederica Wilson, Maxine Waters, and I can put their photos up on there and do a freeze frame of it and just, you know, insert the photo between video frames and say, I see lying whores, you know, like the Sixth Sense, I see dead people. I just want to put all their faces up there and say, I see lying whores. And that's what I see. No, we're not getting off here. You're running out of fuel. Well, I hope there wasn't a fuel station down there somewhere. So I've got to get my big GPS back up so I can see. 1, 2, if there's a gas station nearby. It'll show up on the GPS as a green icon if there's a gas station nearby. Not that big of a deal, but you can, like in Arizona and places, you can get into long stretches where you can run out of gas. This is Barstow. Surely Barstow, California has some gas. We'll get a little closer. There's a nice train tunnel. Wish there was a train going through it. See, American Truck Simulator has some neat stuff on here. They have airplanes. Every once in a while you see a helicopter go over, or... So far I don't see any... I don't see any gas stations there. That's unusual. Barstow doesn't have gas station. What the hell? Anyway... See, I watch that stuff all my life. I've been a seeker of truth and justice. Injustice is out. There's a gas station right there. See it? Now, can I get to it from this? Yes. So all I got to do is get off this exit, gas up. It's not that far off the exit, and I won't lose a lot of time. And get right back on the interstate there. So that worked out pretty good. What you don't want to do is run out of gas, because then they got to tow you and fine you, and you waste a lot of time, and your load ends up being real late, and you get fined there. And so it's best to gas up when you need to. Yeah, let's pull on up here. Let's look to the left, look to the right. And there's our, whatever it is, Citgo Chevron right there. That's where we're going to get some gasoline. That's sacrilege to call it gasoline. If you're a trucker, it's always, we're fueling up. It's fuel, like an airplane or something. Yeah, it's diesel fuel, but it's gasoline. And see, it's a little gas station, so I am going to be real careful how I cut in here. I'm not going to try to get into that center one. What I'm going to try to do is go past that end one and cut my truck in, so my trailer will come and track behind me so I can slip in. This is pretty narrow. I want to go ahead and see, this is a car gas station, so it's really narrow. I'm hoping my truck will track in. I'll get close to those pumps as I can. Yeah, it's going to track, I believe. There we go. Just hit have to turn my truck off and hit enter to gas up. I think what I'll do is get my mirror on my fake mirror on there. My fake mirror on the right side, so I don't have to keep twisting over to look out my right mirror. This is pretty convenient. It's a pseudo mirror. Just crank up, get the smell out of here. So we got to go back. And I'm going to go ahead and get that big GPS off, being we already found our gas station. I'll check my mirrors. I'll get my trailer through there, and I'll start cutting it so we can make this big loop. Try to miss that pole, buddy. See how narrow, see how close I came to missing that? There, you got one car there, but the rest of them will stop for us, I believe. Try to miss all those cars. There we go. So we just got to go back up here and go left, get back on the interstate and finish our delivery. That's what we got to do. I think F4 is where you get out. No, that's not it. I'm trying to find my views. It's 4. Yeah. Doggone it. Gotta click it off. That's what happens when I hit the F button. What I want to do is get outside. There's one view you can get out here. You can actually, I think it's 8. Dang, you should be able to. There it is. Twist around it. So I'm going to go ahead and. They got my nose out, so this is a good, neat view. Hit the cave a little bit. Let's get straightened back up. I know I'm going right here, getting back on the interstate. Get the big view. Guy carrying some sewer pipes, concrete sewer pipes. Make the big cut. Alright, get straightened up, put the pedal to the metal and get the heck out of here. I'm just giving you a different view just so you aren't bored or anything. I'll give my view ahead a little bit. So I'm using the mouse and the steering wheel to give you a nice view. I can get over here. There's that dang pink trailer. Got a lot of them on there. Yeah, I can even take pictures of the inside of my truck and put pictures of people in it that I know if I wanted to. Let's get back in the truck. It's awful noisy out there. So I can, I can do a lot of editing. I've done this for years. Not the best at it, but I've done it a lot. Whoa, that guy wants me to run into him, I guess. Yeah, when I see the politicians, the stuff they blatantly do right in front of them and just snub their nose at us and say, so what? Can't do anything about it, which is what Hillary and them do all the time. This says, I don't know what the hell is going on here with my GPS. It says I got to go back up here and go back the other way. Wonder why. It don't make any sense. Yeah, Okay, go back here, go back the other way. So I don't know what happened, but the GPS rarely wrong, but I've heard of people following it so close they drive off a cliff or drive off a bridge or get lost so bad that they can't find their way. It looks like I'm getting off up here again. I don't know what's going on. GPS, big trip simulator, what are you doing to me? So being looks like I'm following this for sure, yeah. I'm making a big loop down here. So what I'm gonna do, instead of having a real long ranting video and trashing every politician I know and every decision they make, is I'm gonna cut this video short so it doesn't get too long with just me driving. I'll keep driving it with the recorder off, and I'll show back up when I'm almost ready to deliver my load, because that's the whole idea of American Truck Simulators. You start a trucking company and make lots of money trucking, delivering loads and stuff. So this is Big Chief. I'm signing off. I'll be back as soon as my load's ready. Well, people, there's my delivery up here. Sure, it's a Tesla dealership up here somewhere, I would assume. It looks like, yeah, let's slow down a little. Straighten our view back up so I can see my left mirror. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, well, you make your GPS a lot smaller, the turns come a lot quicker. I've seen that. But we're going right here to the right. Looks like it's been raining here or something. Let's see, what's our GPS say? It's right up here a little ways further, where we gotta dump this load. I wanted to rant about John McCain, that war traitor. I don't know how somebody that almost sinks an aircraft carrier kills his stupid idiocy, killed 134 sailors and injured 164 on the Forrestal. And estimates are that he wrecked up to 5 jets before he got sent to Vietnam's prison. How in the hell is that a war hero? Then when he gets to the Vietnam prison, all the prisoners are saying he was singing like a bird, cooperating with the North Vietnamese. You know, the only way you can know somebody's gonna get away from that if they have influence somewhere, and John McCain does. That punk's dad was an admiral, I think, on the ship that he wrecked. Looks like a pull in here. We don't have to back, so I'm going to swing wide. Get as close to these trailers and obstacles as I can so I can swing my trailer track with me and come up. Yeah, it's just a pull in. There's another one of them dock workers who'd never do anything except stand around and doing that. And they rock back and forth, and I'd run him over if he'd get out of here. I wonder what would happen if I did go like this. Do you move? No? Well, can't run him over, so sorry, Daisy, I can't murder people in this game. You just have to be satisfied with my rants, and every once in a while when I get to bash a Muslim taxi cab driver off the road, just go ahead and pull over there a little bit, make sure we're getting in the lines. So all we got to do is get the whole truck within those green lines you see in my right mirror now. And when I do, my button will ding like that, and it says hit T to unhook your trailer. So when I unhook this trailer, let me get outside. When I unhook this trailer, it'll go to my stat screen, so we'll miss all this. So I'm gonna show you. See, we got her in the line. That's all you gotta do. There I am, cute as I am when I was young. Zoom in with my scroll wheel. Nice looking truck. Get way up here. Look at that sky view. Look at that. There's train tracks right over there. Let's look around. We're just outside Bakersfield. That was weird. I missed my whole rant. I thought I turned on the recorder just as I was coming to deliver this. It was just a pull-in. But I was ranting about John McCain and John Kerry being war traitors, not heroes. And the evidence shows they were both traitors, not heroes. McCain's dad was an admiral. That's how he could sink a whole, almost sink the Forrestal, kill 130 sailors, and injure 164 more in his stupidity. Playing with his jet on the flight deck is what caused that. He had lost, some estimates say, up to 5 aircraft before he finally got shot down. When he got shot down and captured, all he did was sing like a canary. All the other war prisoners said he was singing like a canary. They called him the Canary. He did not get injured in that POW camp. He got injured having to bail out of his aircraft at hundreds and hundreds of miles an hour. Don't let anybody fool you. He is not a war hero. He is a war criminal. And he should be, ousted as such. That's just crazy how we can take the worst of people and with just a little publicity turn them into heroes, and they almost get elected to the presidency. It's just crazy, people. But I'm going to cut this video short. Just want to show you some scenery around here. There's a rail yard. Every time I get near Arizona, this is California, outside of Bakersfield, I ran about John McCain now, because I read that a long time ago. I've been up to his and McCarry's lies for decades now, and it's sickening that America just now, finally a few people are starting to catch up with this and learn the truth about these cowards. Luckily, John McCain's got brain cancer, and he's probably not long for the world. But even dying, this guy keeps blocking Trump out of pure hatred and envy, because he tried to get in the presidency and America said, no, we don't like you, you idiot. Kerry tried the same thing. America said, no, we don't like you, you idiot phony. They're both phonies. So like, share, and subscribe, because this is how, even on stuff like this, the truth gets shared around by like-minded conservatives like us, sharing each other's stuff. I share Hannity and Alex Jones and anybody else that's telling the truth, crowdsource the truth, whole bunch of investigators that are actually telling the truth and actually doing on-the-ground investigation of lies and stuff like that, like Vegas and this. I support them. I subscribe to everybody that's telling the truth. I'm subscribed to hundreds of people that are telling the truth. That's how we get the word out. That's how Trump got elected. We, the people, got on here, did our own stuff, and shared it and liked it amongst ourselves and woke up enough people to get him elected. That's how it works. InfoWars, is right at the cutting edge of that. Fact is, he called a video conference with Alex Jones before he called some of the world leaders and thanked Alex Jones and all his patrons and supporters for getting him elected. That's what you have to realize. You know, Alex Jones is a drama queen or whatever, and he rants and gets nuts every once in a while. But the guy's heart's in the right place. The people around him hearts are in the right place. They want truth, justice. That's me. Wanted that all my life. Strove for it all my life. Like, share, and subscribe whether you like me or not. Okay, this Big Chief signing off with my regular motto. Keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down, because what goes around comes back around. And that's not Buddha. God says that. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jesus Wakbar. Jehovah Wakbar. That should be our cry to anybody saying Allah Wakbar. No, our God is greater. Your God is no God. Big Chief signing off one last time. Have a good day.